Claim disabled adults as dependents on income tax returns. One way of reducing the amount of your income tax is by claiming disabled adults as dependents. There are ways and requirements to be eligible for this claim. Here are the instructions on how to claim disabled adults as dependents on income tax returns. First of all, you must verify with your local tax department what the qualifications are for claiming a handicapped adult as a reliant on the income tax return you will be receiving. Generally, one of the qualifications is that you are providing 50% or even more than that of the disabled person's needs and support. Another possible criterion is that the individual should have stayed with you for at least 6 months. Both you and the disabled adult should also have the same citizenship. Another thing that you should check is that no other person should be claiming the particular disabled adult as their dependent. Your state's tax departments are cross-checking all information, and should there be any proof that 2 or more persons are claiming one specific person as a dependent, all involved parties shall be questioned. There could also be a fine or penalty involved if you are proven guilty of fraud or for intentionally putting misleading information on your tax returns. You must also establish how much the disabled individual is making in terms of money. In general, your state will set a minimum income for the disabled individual for him to qualify as your dependent. The minimum amount is usually very low. If the disabled adult person turns out to be earning bigger than the minimal amount, he would not qualify as a reliant but will even have to file his personal income tax return. So make sure to inquire about all of these in your tax department. You can obtain an income tax return form from your state's tax department. Read and fill out the form with all the information needed. Aside from the basic information about you, it may also include some information about the dependent. You will also have to disclose what your relationship with the disabled dependent is. You can have more than one disabled individual as a dependent. And if this is the case, be sure to list all of the names of these individuals in your tax return form. There is a portion in the tax forms where you can put the amount of figures for each dependent. This segment of the form will let you indicate your dependents. You will then multiply this by the existing dependent grant or allowance and put the result on the space provided for that. You are now credited for this for having disabled adults as your dependents. Those are all the guidelines you need on how to claim disabled adults as dependents. It is also important to note that you may also claim as dependents other disabled individuals even if they are not your relatives, just as long as they stay in your home address. An additional credit may also be given to you as far as disabled adult dependents are concerned, like home care services that may be needed. You may inquire all of these in your state's tax department for more information and guidelines.